This is my unpopular opinion about Taraji P Henson. Now, because we are going to do astrology, I'm first going to give you my opinion, right, and differentiate that from the astrology. One of the things that I really feel about Taraji's display of disappointment in her pay rate isn't the fact that I feel like she should get what she deserves. It's really a spiritual lesson in you attract what you are. So I really feel that Taraji P. Henson is playing a victim role at this moment. Has she always done this? I don't think so. And I also suspect that when you work on different projects like The Color Purple, which evokes a lot of trauma based bonding, that you can kind of be attached to that emotion. So, does she deserve her equal pay? Absolutely. It's more about how do you attract it. And from the victim state, when you're mainly focused on the things that you're not getting, it really kind of repels the things that you want. So that's what I really feel about Taraji. And I think that just with some spiritual work, she would understand that. Looking to be grateful for whatever you do have usually aligns you more with the frequency of getting more of what you want. So that's my opinion on Taraji P. Henson. I think she's a wonderful actress and she absolutely deserves her flowers. Now, when we look at the astrology, right, one of the first things I always look at is where is the North Node of Destiny? What is their position and point of view? And the North Node being in Pisces really aligns with the fact that she's destined to be a role player, to be somebody who is putting on different costumes, different glam ups, and changing her character, adapting to different situations based off of these role playing situations. So I think that her being an actress really does align her to her destiny. The other thing, though, is that she has the South Node in Virgo, and she's actually born with a stellium in Virgo. This stellium in Virgo is a lot with a South Node next to it, because the South Node is basically making you surrender. And when you have all of these planets, the Sun, Mercury, and Pluto, all in Virgo, with the South Node occupying this area, and Mars, like in fact Mars is actually the most impacted by the South Node. So this has a lot to do with surrendering her will, surrendering her ego, the things that she has to say, because Virgo is very meticulous, it's very critical. And with the South Node there, that's one of the things she's perfected. She has a strong sense of accountability, strong work ethic, but too much energy in the South Node is going to give you the shadowy sides of Virgo. Not to mention, she's also got Lilith in Virgo, and if you've noticed my videos on Cat Williams, Lilith is currently in Virgo. So Lilith is really bringing out either the more chaotic, divine, feminine, or more of a professional version. So I really feel like a lot of what she's going through is about surrendering her ego, surrendering herself to the situations. And with the North Node in Pisces, that's also a big message of surrender. Now, with the North Node being in her seventh house, the seventh house is considered a house of open ops, like public enemies. So, her actually evoking who her enemy is also very much in alignment. And, Pisces has, in the more shadowy sides of Pisces, you could find like this damsel in distress versus the higher octane of Pisces, which is this high wisdom. So I do think that she's in alignment with what's going on with her. But if she truly, truly wants better pay, she's got to align with the higher wisdom, the understanding of attracting better pay. But it absolutely makes sense that she's comparing. In the seventh house, you're going to find that comparison happening. Also, with Virgo placements, you find this comparison happening. But you've got to be careful because you do need to bounce off of. Yeah, you see, with the South Node being next to her Mars, she's in competition with her open ops, right? And for this instance, she's claiming like the men in her field on the same projects, they get paid more than her. So that's very much so targeting your oppositional situation and comparing yourself to that situation. So she's actually very much so in alignment with that. It's just she's not bringing the divine higher wisdom, the higher octane of Pisces, in knowing that and believing that things can work out better for her. So there's also a level here where, you can't always believe the smoke and mirrors. And just as much as she is a good actress, the whole situation could be an act. So me uh, indulging too much in what I think she should do almost doesn't even serve me, because what if she is acting the whole thing out and she's literally playing out a damsel in distress, looking at her ops in order to bring exposure and light to the problem. So that also would be her being very much so in alignment and getting people to save her, to help her. That could also be very much so in alignment. So one of the things I also mentioned with Lilith in Virgo is the defenseless, and like specifically the people who are in service who don't get acknowledged. And in a lot of ways, Taraji P Henson could be positioning herself to be that. She's a hard worker. She works really hard. She has good hard work ethic, but is not getting the respect and pay that she deserves. That again is still more of her South Node energy. So really, she could be surrendering herself for a bigger picture, for people to see a bigger picture. Kind of like what Cat Williams did too, but Cat Williams didn't self-sacrifice. Well, some could say that he did, because he could be on the line for going after the big wigs. Who knows what Kevin Hart is trying to, if he's trying to take him down. In a lot of ways, they both could be sacrificing themselves for the greater good of people understanding what is going on behind the scenes. So in a lot of ways, she is very much so in alignment with her North Node. But the question is she acting, or does she really feel this way? So if she really feels this way, that's where, as her astrologer, I would say you got to tap more into manifestation frequency and gratitude. While you have an enemy who gets paid more than you, maintaining the negative energy isn't going to get you what you want. And in a lot of ways, the people who are watching, because I went back and forth with people in a Facebook group about this, the people who are watching, who really support Taraji P Henson, they're actually trauma bonding with her. They're not, if she's really acting this out, they're not seeing that. They're feeling this energy of victimization, of feeling, of needing something from the quote unquote white man. That's where most of the people who support her are at, which maybe this video is just to remind people to watch out for that trauma bonding. And when you want something, yes, you're going to see the negative energy, but don't indulge in that negative energy, because you basically become the thing that you don't like. You've got to find the energy, the frequency and alignment of what you want. And one of the main ways of doing that would be gratitude. So if Taraji P Henson was really about like, I want better pay, her actual best thing would be, look, I don't have better pay, but I'm really grateful for my opportunities. I'm truly grateful for what I've been able to do thus far in my life. That frequency of gratitude is way more connected to her North Node of Pisces and will get her a lot further. So that's my take on Taraji P Henson, her natal chart. Please let me know what your opinions are down in the comments, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.